For this video, I'm not using somebody else's deck list. I hit top 100 legend with my own take of Nature Shaman. Before we get started, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel in order to say congratulations, Clark HELLSCREAM. I am super proud of you for reaching top 100 legend with your own take of Nature Shaman. But before you guys start being like, oh, you're only at 103 right now, that's just because of MMR decay, or decay, I should say. I ended up getting rank 90 legend last night when I ended my stream, but I ended my stream around 133 legend with a 63 and 37 win rate. My God, I have never had a week 1 deck perform this well. That's something that I made with my own two hands. And I'm just really happy, as you can tell by me stumbling over my words, because I am going to go for rank 1 legend today at twitch.tv/ClarkHELLSCREAM. So if you're watching this video, I am live right now trying to get rank 1, and I just got to give the plug out to the stream because we're trying to get the most amount of views possible here. But regardless, I really do believe that this list is probably one of the best lists to be playing, and I have a reason for almost every single card inclusion here, and we're going to go over it. We're going to go over my thoughts on Nature Shaman, what you're supposed to keep in the mulligan, how you're supposed to play the deck, because I am hearing a lot of takes about how this deck is terrible against Mage, but in all honesty, the stats completely disagree. I am 15-8 against Mage, 7-9 against Hunter, but Hunter, like Secret Hunter and Aggro Hunter, are probably the worst matchups for this deck, and I realize that I am 0-4 with the Warrior matchup, but the Warrior matchup is almost free if you play it correctly. This is one of these decks to where it is really easy to have so much damage you don't know what to do with it, but there are some situations to where you pop off the combo too slow, and then suddenly, you know, against like a warrior, you maybe won't kill them, they have like 5 HP left, and then they just rebuild that HP, and then suddenly you can't beat them. But I would argue that almost a third of my losses, I'm not even like exaggerating here, I believe a third of my losses were straight up throws to where I would probably be like top 20 legend right now if I play this deck perfectly, and that is why I'm going to keep playing this deck, because I finally feel like I've got the perfect grip on it, though, to where I can identify every single out and every single thing I'm supposed to do. So let me go ahead and walk you guys through why I believe Nature Shaman is super busted. So let's break down why each and every single card is in this deck, because the first card that I want to talk about is Totemic Evidence, because I'm seeing a lot of people running Schooling and a bunch of other cards that honestly I just don't agree with. The main reason why Totemic Evidence is in this deck is because of the infuse mechanic of being able to summon 4 minions for essentially 1 mana. And if you set up a Flash of Lightning with your Bioluminescence, then this just becomes the easiest way to ramp up your spell damage that it's just not even close. Like, Schooling, you have to play 1 mana, and then you get to play the 1 mana Piranhas in order to build up the spell damage if you're not using this card as early removal. And another reason why I don't like this card is because if you don't play it by the early game in order to remove your opponent off the field, this card just doesn't really have any real application, and it sucks to draw this card in the late game. Versus with Totemic Evidence, sometimes you just need the 1 or 2 minions when you already have the Chisel equipped. And we'll get to the Chisel here in a second because it synergizes with the Totemic Evidence perfectly. It's just chef's kiss. I absolutely love Totemic Evidence in this deck. But Flow Rider, self-explanatory. You're overloaded a lot of the time. You get to discover a card. And this is also another cheap minion that you can combine with your Bioluminescence. Lightning Bolt makes sense. You want to kill your opponent. Lightning Reflexes is an insane card in this deck. Not only because it costs 0 mana from Flash of Lightning, but in the Mage matchup in particular, there are some instances where you have to play your Lightning Reflexes in order to just try and get some random resources, because the biggest thing about the Mage matchup is being able to play around the Alibi. It's not the Alibi that you're the most afraid of. It's the Sif combo after the Alibis that you're the most afraid of. But Alibi does, you know, make the Flash of Lightning turn a little bit more awkward, which is why in the Mage matchup, you have to start with 1 Flash of Lightning, and you can never go both, because then you will not have your mana discounts in order to beat the Mage matchup. But in the situations to where they discover multiple copies of Alibi, which is very popular, then you can use Lightning Reflex to find another copy of this, and in some instances, in other matchups, when you go for like 1 Flash of Lightning and you don't have enough to actually pop off the combo, your Lightning Reflexes can maybe find you more of these to cheat mana even more. It's just insane. I also have to give my apology to Novice Zapper. This card just goes in the deck because it's 1 mana, it's an easy minion to throw out, and it automatically has spell damage, and there are some situations to where Novice Zapper into Lightning Storm is perfect AoE. Like against Mage, for example, since they play a lot of 4 HP minions, sometimes you need to do the Zapper into the Lightning Storm combo to take them off the board. And that's the main reason why Lightning Storm is in this deck. It's mostly for survivability and sustainability, but I can understand why some people would maybe want to put this as a one-of. But regardless, I still think that Lightning Storm has been performing very well for me. Ancestral Knowledge, you're drawing 2 cards. 1 Overdraft in the deck just because I don't like the idea of trading in this deck too much. I like the idea of being able to cycle. And I just don't really think that we need to unlock our overloaded mana crystals all too often because we're only going to have like 1 or 2 overloaded mana crystals whenever we're like going to be using Overdraft for the actual unlocking ability. And that is exactly the reason why I cut Thorum from the deck. I feel like that's the first thing that a lot of people are going to notice about this deck. The reason why we cut Thorum is because I am all in on killing my opponent in 1 turn and not segmenting my my OTK into 2 turns because this is really the only use that Thorum has, is like when you go for the combo, you don't get there, but you still have a lot of overloaded mana crystals to where you want to redraw your hand and essentially refresh the combo. But you really don't need that because the consistency of doing the combo is so easy when you know what how this deck works. And the other reason that I cut Thorum is because half the time, he was just a 3-mana draw 1 or draw 2 by like turn 5, and later in the game, he just kept getting progressively worse, and there are some times where you just have to throw out cards. So I took out Thorum because he just didn't feel good enough. The Chisel absolutely deserves a spot in this deck as a 2-of, not just because it synergizes with Totemic Evidence, but if you have the weapon equipped and you go for the combo turn, you get an additional minion essentially for free because you attack, you get a totem, it works with a bioluminescence. And that is why we are running 2 bioluminescences because it is super important to just draw this card as well as the situations to where you want to play both of your bioluminescences to get insane amounts of damage. Like I have dealt over, I think, 80, almost 100 damage in some instances, and that's why you are not afraid of the Control Warriors or the Control Priests. I would say the only thing you're really scared of is, I mean, you're kind of scared of Control Priests because of Dirty Rat, but Blood DK is also particularly threatening because of Patchwork, and I'll get to that here in a second because there is a very key minion that I feel like definitely needs to be in the deck and needs to be respected because this card, Radiance of Azshara, finally gets to see play. But Lightning Storm makes sense. You need AoE. Primordial Wave is primarily in this deck to solo Mech Rogue. It is hilarious how much this matchup is favored for the Shaman. In fact, going back to the stats, what even is my stats against Rogue? I am 12-3 against Rogue, most of them being, almost entirely them being Mech Rogues, and I'm 9-0 against Priest. So it goes to show you how, like, control decks and even some aggro decks just falter to the power of Shaman, and honestly, Primordial Wave is the reason why the Mech Rogue matchup is Omega favored. There was literally a game that I had last night where I played 3 Primordial Waves against the Rogue, and they just had nothing to deal with it, and it was really funny to watch them die. Radiance of Azshara. The only reason why this is in the deck is because your nature spells cost 1 mana less. And if you already have played a Flash of Lightning, then suddenly you have 1 mana bioluminescences and all these crazy things that can pop out of your lightning reflexes. And Crash of Thunder immediately starting at 3 means you're totally going to be able to play every Crash of Thunder that you find. So this card is absolutely core in the deck. It is core. I don't care what anyone says. The data is probably going to support this. But oh my god, this card is nuts. Another nuts card that I'm really shocked to not see people play 2 copies of is Turn the Tides. Because this is an amazing way of being able to sustain the mid-game. Which is another reason why I don't like schooling, because I have Turn the Tides. You know, I get to attack with my hero, I have a 3-3, and if the 3-3 survives, then suddenly I'm pressuring onto the board, and maybe can squeeze in some extra face damage. And sometimes you just swing the 3 to face, because it's a really good effect. But Turn the Tides feels like a really good card because on the combo turn, if you play a Flash of Lightning and have your Radiance of Azshara, you get a 1-mana minion. It works really well. Plus, the 3 attack can sometimes work really well with the Carving Chisel, so that way you have a 4 attack weapon to deal with like school teachers and whatnot. Crash of Thunder obviously makes sense. It's your AoE combo. I hear a lot of people smack talking Inza, but Inza is one of the most interesting cards in this deck because it's not a card that you want to play against aggro, honestly, which is why I feel like some people think this card is bad. But coin Inza against most control decks is almost game-winning because the cards that you have to play for Overload are your Turn the Tides, your Lightning Bolts, and your Ancestral Knowledges. And then there's cards that you can discover off of the Lightning Reflexes that are also Nature and Overload cards, so they will automatically cost 2 less. Say, for example, a Feral Spirit. It's good to find this card randomly, but I don't like main decking this deck just because we run Inza and we have all these other cards. This card just feels a little bit too slow to me, which is why I don't run Feral Spirit. And then obviously Golganeth. Golganeth is just the king. He is the cream of the crop, cannot be stopped, and it's mostly due to the fact that we draw 3 cards off the top. Not really off the top, they're tutored, but regardless, I had to do it for the rhyme. But yeah, this card is absolutely insane in order to do either, you know, drawing 3 cards, getting out a card, filling up our hand with mostly combo cards, as well as, you know, sustaining ourselves with AoE and healing. But the reason why I love the Overload effect is because the Overload cards that we have in the deck are Lightning Bolts, Novice Zapper, Ancestral Knowledge, Lightning Storms, and Turn the Tides. And most of the time, by the time that you play this on turn 6, you already have most of these cards in your hands. So you use this card in order to flesh out the gaps. And one change that I would maybe make to this list, if I was going up against matchups, maybe I would run Altered cards over Lightning Storms, but with less Overload cards, maybe that's not as consistent. I like the idea of Altered card, but I just really haven't had a reason to run it because you can always find it off of the Lightning Reflexes, so I just decided to not run it entirely. And aside from the Hunter matchup, I really don't miss it all too much. But those are the reasons why I run every single card. Now let's get into the Mulligan of this deck because it's a little bit wonky at times. The cards that you want to keep in most of your matchups are going to be Ancestral Knowledge, Totemic Evidence, Carving Chisel. I usually keep Flow Rider even if I don't have an Overload card, but you definitely keep this card in hand if you do have an Overload card. And there have actually been some situations to where I will keep Inza and I will keep Golganeth. Golganeth is kind of a card that I feel like might just be an auto keep against almost every single matchup except for Hyper Aggro, but I don't have the data to be backing this up, and we'll take a look at some data here in a second to kind of prove my point. But Inza is definitely a keep against Control Priest, Blood DK, and all of these, you know, really long-oriented decks, like maybe against like a Ramp Druid or something, because this card is just great to play as early as turn 4, turn 5. But usually you don't want to keep Inza every single game, because if you're going up against aggro, this is one of the worst performing cards. But aside from that, that's a pretty basic mulligan. Something else that I feel like we might need to discuss is keeping Flash of Lightning, because the mulligan data says that this is a really good card to keep more times than not. And I 100% keep this card against the Shaman Mirror, because it's the most important card to have. So that's just kind of how this deck works. And one other thing that I want to point out, when you're trying to figure out what cards to keep off of like the Discovers for like Flow Rider and whatnot, I have I have one way of being able to kind of divide this deck into like 3 ideas. So it's like you want the combo card, or like the Bioluminescence essentially. You want the damage cards like the Lightning Bolt and the Crash of Thunders. But if you don't have those and you find like Flash of Lightning, that is your mana cheat. So you want your actual combo card as the bio, your damage cards, and your mana cheat, and you kind of like interchange between those depending on which hole that you need to fill. Because if you discover, let's say you have like Zapper, Lightning Bolt, and Flash of Light, but if you only have the damage and the Bioluminescence, then you 100% need to pick that Flash of Light, even though Flash of Light's probably going to be the pick you always want because this card is just massively powerful. And the last skill that I want to talk about this deck is when you're supposed to go in for your Flash of Lightnings, even if you believe that you need a little bit of RNG. There's something called the YOLO moment, as the best way that I can put it, to where if you know that your opponent's going to be killing you in 2 turns, or it's very likely for them to set up a combo in 2 turns, then you kind of have these situations to where you just go all in on the Flash of Lightning with your Lightning Reflexes in hand, and you just pray that you find the cards that you need. This is kind of like a thing that's really important when you're at the higher legend MMRs, because against like the mages, for example, where you have to like play your Flash of Lightning, they alibi, then you play your other Flash of Lightning. That does make sense, but there are some other situations to where, against like another Nature Shaman, for example, if they have like a lot of card draw and they're about to reach their turn 6, turn 7 point, then sometimes you just have to go all in for the Flash of Lightning. One other thing that's very important to note about with this deck, though, is that you have to try and know what you're looking for whenever you go for these kind of YOLO combos, because sometimes you just need to find that one Bioluminescence, sometimes you just need one more damage card, and when you know that you're going to be dying in the next turn, sometimes you just have to go in for it, but that's kind of where the beauty of this deck really does come into play. And another thing to keep in mind is that you don't just always win by turn 6. I see this misconception with the deck where it's like, oh, it just because it can combo by turn 6 means that I have to do it by turn 6. there are some instances where you have to wait a little bit. Like, this deck has a lot of nuance to it, but I don't think this deck is nearly as difficult to play as a lot of other archetypes that we've seen in the past, like the Garrote Rogue, for example. This deck does feel like it has some Garrote Rogue capabilities of being like, wow, this deck is absolutely massive, but the more you watch the gameplay clips of this deck, it really starts to make sense when you go for the YOLO and when you have to wait until you have all the combo cards essentially set up in hand. Especially when you're going up against decks like Control, for example. Like, you don't need to rush it. You have plenty of time until they play like their key card, for example. Like, if you're going up against a warrior, and this is why I lose the warrior matchup a lot, you sometimes want to set up your Flash of Light before they hit their turn 8, because if they play Odin, then things get a little bit scary. But this deck is very... It rewards you. It's a very rewarding deck to play, because when you play it well, it just sings. But unfortunately, I can't show you the data right now because it's not available on HS Replay, but when the data is available, I will try to make like another video trying to give some advice on how to play this deck, because maybe there's a better 30-card list that is out there. Like, there's another list from Pocket Train that is kind of getting my attention right now, but I want to make sure that my list is... I gotta crash and burn this list as much as I can, because I really do believe I'm onto something here with this build of the deck. But with the games coming up ahead, I think it'll kind of put things in perspective on how simple this OTK can be at times, because sometimes you just need the totem. And that's all you need to do. You just totem, get your Totemic Evidence value on, and then you have a lot of OTK potential. But hopefully this was a detailed breakdown enough of this deck. If you have any questions about this deck, feel free to put them in the comments below. And while you're in the comments, you might as well like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel to support this channel, to make sure that we have more videos that pop out, because I really do need the support right now. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments. And until then, play some Nature Shaman. It's a ton of fun. I absolutely love this deck, and I absolutely love Titans. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this deck breakdown, and we'll see you for the next video. That would be fine, in my opinion. Put Alibi to 3. Bio to 5 is... That is huge. They really want those cards off Nagalings. They really want those cards off Nagalings. Alright, so we just keep the one Totemic Evidence. I think maybe I should have kept the Flow Rider. Yeah, Flow Rider has like 3rd highest Mulligan win rate. I maybe should have kept it. Oh my god, dude. I can't wait to see the data on this deck. I think Crash should be 6. I literally think it wouldn't matter if it went up to 6. It would have to go up to 7 to be impactful. Because if you're playing Flash of Light, like, dude, like, let's be honest, man. Like, you're playing so many nature cards. Like, it literally doesn't even matter. It literally doesn't even matter. I love this deck so much, though, dude. I think we cracked it with cutting the Thorum. Crash to like 7 or 8. Oh my god, 8 would be insane. Imagine a card going from 5 mana to 8. We've literally never seen that since they nerfed the Naga Witch, the one that makes all your cards cost 5. Gotta get to sleep somehow. How do you play the early game? You just totem. That's all we need to do, is just keep making totems. Sky is a neighborhood. Alright, Tree Ant. Oh, wait, you had a 1 mana natural cause and you didn't keep it? Like, I mean, it is still a nature spell. Honestly, dude, this is the easiest game in the world. Then I get this Flash of Light. Oh my god, dude, all I did was totem, and if this guy doesn't have Alibi, it's actually just fucking over. That is how easy this deck is. All I did was totem. Dude, pray that he doesn't have Alibi. Just pray that he doesn't have Alibi, and then I... Oh my god, just pray that he doesn't have Alibi. Oh my god, just pray that he doesn't have Alibi. Come on. Like, literally all I did was totem. He never Alibis here. He'll never do it. He doesn't think anything of this. He thinks I'm just... Oh my god. He's just gonna... I don't even know what he's gonna do, but he's not gonna Alibi. He doesn't think he's gonna die, that's why. No one would think that they're gonna die here. Oh my god, come on, end your turn. He's not even gonna respect the totem. Shit! No! No, 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 no! I already played it! Why? No, you bastard! Why? Why would you do it? Oh, I actually have lethal here. You ruined the clip. How dare you? You ruined the clip. You, oh my god. Sniper? I don't know about that. If he was sniping, he would have killed this, I think. If this guy actually did just snipe me, though. What can I even do now? So looking like this is objection. Are we still fine? We're still fine, right? You played the card that reads I'm gonna kill you next turn? Yes, but I also have like done nothing this game. I haven't drawn. I mean, I'm not gonna lie that it was a smart play from him. It's a good thing that he did it, but I'm just mad that he did it. But at the same time, I could still do this without a problem. Oh my god. One flash of lightning into both lightning reflexes. I would be cautious as well. I mean, again, like, some people just probably wouldn't think that they would die here. Because, again, I haven't drawn. I haven't done much. I literally played no cards until I played the flash of lightning. A normal player would not think twice about playing Alibi there. But this is top legend, so he thought about it. 47 life, don't matter, bro. I got double bio. I got double bio. It doesn't matter. It's still lethal. I know. I'm not... What he did was correct, and I'm giving him props for it, and I'm mad that he did it. That's all it is. I'm just mad that he knows how to play the game.
The storm is in me. I am the rage of our queen.
Absolutely cracked. All I did was summon totems this game and I won. Can someone clip this game, please? What's my win rate? 7-3, bro. 7-3. I've cracked the code. Against Warlock, I don't need bio. I just need these. Yeah, I'm 7-3 right now, bro. Oh, you mean Prince the musician? Oh, okay. We are listening to Prince. He's overrated. Okay. There's a reason why Prince has a lot of esteem on his name. It's because he challenged the business at the time. Like, I'm not 100% like aware of how, like, everything that he did, but he like changed the music industry in a way that, like, it used to be all about like how safe everything was. It was about how safe everything was, and Prince just went balls to the walls because he's an artist, sort of thing. Like, yeah, he pushed music to the next level. I also would agree with that. Like, this music was not common at the time. Because it wasn't, like, things that people were familiar with. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, like, he ended up getting, like, pressured by his studio at the time. I don't want to say to sell out, but to essentially, like, do what everyone else was doing. When he was like, no, I want to do what I want to do. Like, Prince, like... I need to learn more about him because I don't know that much about him as like a musician. I just know his music. But like there's a reason why he's very influential. It's because he challenged a lot of people's conception of what was music at the time. I remember that part specifically because I definitely identify with that. And he was an incredible guitarist, dude. He was an insane guitarist, insane musicianship. Okay, alright, no. So thank you for that. I didn't want to rewatch the clip, Joshua. I just wanted to remember when I look at the VOD later that happened. So I don't lose that track, because that is totally going to be a YouTube game right there to show how this deck works. This is going to be the argument for Totemic Evidence. Yo, Greeny PA, good to have you here. Thank you for that follow, dude. Yeah, but I can post it on Twitter. That's true. I can post it on Twitter. But at the same time, I can just edit the game easier on Twitter. I'm not going to post that immediately to Twitter. There's no need to post it. I'll find a clip at the end of the day to post. I already put out my live tweet. If I put out that as well. I mean, maybe if I put that out right now, I can show people that I got the right shaman list. Fuck it. I'll download it.
For my glory.
There's no such thing as too much promotion, right? At least not when it comes to live streaming. I can show people that I've cracked the code. Do we ever just have it next turn?
I will not be rushed.
Totemic Evidence isn't infused. I'm just gonna play it safe. I have no reason to go in. I have absolutely no reason to go in. Clark flexing? Nah, man. Lightning reflexing is what I'm doing. Defile? Oh, man. He's scared that much of a board? You know? This is gonna look so wrong. But I'm actually thinking literally just do this and wait. I don't have that. I don't have this ready to go yet. Do I need it? With Zapper with plus this? One. I only have one damage card. I would have to find something out of bio. Maybe I just waste the Storm. But then I don't get to play Golganeth. But I don't really have the hand to draw with Golganeth. Okay, here's what we do. Next turn, I'm literally just going to Golganeth into Flash of Lightning. And I'm going to strike whatever big, stupid idiot he plays. Why not Command of Neptulon? It is... Oh! Well... Oh, okay, fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. This actually might give me a reason to do the draw option now. You fool. Why isn't Rage Warrior so fun right now? Because no one expects it. He's that scared of the board. Clark, after doing a Bio Nature combo with an extra 21 damage. Yeah, but I wasn't close to doing the combo, though. I wasn't even close to doing the combo. I only have... Wait, I have Storm and I have Turn the Tides in my deck. I don't really care about those cards. Nah, we just deal the 3. Let's put him at 25, make it a bit awkward. Maybe... Like, yeah, there's something to protect the Golganeth, but do I really need to protect him? Do I really need to protect him? Yeah, because he's just gonna reverb it. And now he doesn't have the AoE option. And he can't overdraw. Literally reverbing this is just getting rid of it. That's it. So we can push face. Three. This becomes 1. This becomes 1. 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn, if this actually... Maybe I should have waited a turn. Should I have waited? Okay, so the reason why we don't play Command of Neptulon is because it's a 5-mana card. You don't care about summoning 5/4s when you can do this by, like, turn 7. Wait, am I a genius?
I am the rage of our queen.
Dude, I'm actually a genius. Wait. Do I even need that? 1, 2, 3... I'm actually just a genius.
I will not be rushed.
How many of you guys would have found that lethal? How many of you guys would have found that lethal? How many of you would have found that lethal? Be honest with me. Totemic Evidence. Can I sell you any more than that game? I love this deck, dude. Priest, easy game.
That will not happen.
Easy game, bro. But yeah, I'm turning, oh god, 27 this year. God, that's such a big number for me. Think about it, man. Like, every single year, you get older. I mean, that's obvious, but still, you know what I mean. You get old. Every year, you get old. Got a song request from Mad Shadows? What's your song request, matey? It's gonna have to wait until after Foo Fighters. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. I'm hitting 35, and I thought that it would take twice as long to get here. Yeah, time goes by in a flash, man. In a flash of lightning, time goes. Just always remember that, you know, light is faster than sound. So, what you do is more important than what you say? No, that doesn't sound right. I don't know. I was trying to make a joke, and I fumbled. I fumbled like they do in football. That song? Oh, what the hell? Yes, which song? Hell yeah by Rev Theory. Okay, by Rev Theory. The secrets that you keep are never ending. Are you ready? I don't really want to swing weapon, but I do have other chisel. So I'm gonna just do it. Dude, my band actually just recently, we finally committed to learning this song and adding it to our playlist. And oh my god, it's like my second favorite song to play on stage now. At least on our playlist. On our set list, I should say. My favorite song to play, because I said second favorite, is Can't Stop by Chili Peppers. I love playing Chili Peppers on drums. It's just fun. All the songs are fun, but this one is a workout. What if I say I'm not like the others? What is he doing? What is he doing, guys? I'm so untold. I'm just a nervous soul for sale. Oh yeah, I said this earlier, but you know what this should be? When you have all 4 basic totems, you should be able to hero power and get a spell damage totem. I'm designing better Hearthstone than the game designers themselves. Same old story. Is this a turn to go for it? Maybe I trade first, but maybe the damage is important because I have this. But I don't really have that many minion generate. I can afford to be safe, right?
Speak to me.
Oh god. I can't not do it. I'm a greedy gamer. You just always do it, man. Against Priest? What is he gonna do? There's like 1 card that matters, and I don't think 30 card control Priest is gonna play the card that matters. If he actually plays it, I'm gonna lose my shit, though. Wait. No.
I ain't talking.
Don't care. Don't care. Don't care about rat. Yeah, play your filthy rats. I don't care. Always practice good order, bro. Always practice good order. I could have summoned the totem and I still could have won with the spell damage, but I had more damage possible. Always practice the good order. I have not been seeing a lot of other people trying out 30 card versions of control decks. And it's kind of funny because, like, in the opposite perspective, we're seeing Warlock playing 40 cards and Curse. So it's like this is really interesting because this is like the next big question is like, what decks can we turn into Renathal decks that are actually going to be good? Obviously, this deck wouldn't be good as a 40 card deck because you have less consistency on your draws, but still. Have I overdrawn my Titan today? I have not. I have not. I think I've only overdrawn like 1 card. I think I've like overdrawn like 1 or 2 cards this entire stream because every now and again I've kept myself at 10 cards because I had the combo in hand. I guess Levick just brought a non-Renathal control priest to a tournament. Dude, Levick is such an interesting deck builder, man. I have no idea how he does these things. He just thinks outside the box better than most people. Okay, bro, I'm adding this song to my playlist. Hell yeah. Trying to make it a mid-range deck. Oh, yo, speaking of Levick. Yo, what's going on, dude? Hope you're having a good evening, morning, afternoon. Hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good day. Shaman seems good, bro. I cracked the deck. 60% with this deck today. It is the nuts. It really is the nuts when you know what you're doing with it. Ooh, speaking of Golganeth, speaking of the boy, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do this so I can activate Flow Rider. I know this song from Tailenders AMV. Can't say I know what Tailenders is. Yo, Hanul coming in with the follow, as well as Ika Lika, by the way. Good to have you guys here. Welcome, welcome. It's the nuts, just try it and you will never play Renathal again. What is the reasons to play non-Renathal? I'm assuming it's for a more consistent card draw, right? That has to be the reason. Obviously, I haven't seen the list, but that last guy's probably playing what you were playing. I'm so glad you liked the song, though. I guess this was an intro song from a show, but I don't remember which. Someone was saying... Oh wait, that's an AMV. Blue Mountain State? What is Blue Mountain State? Aw. Honestly, dude, songs like that, I love rock and roll. Like, this is just a rock song. Pride and wait, tried and true, whatever the phrase is.
Go with the flow.
Raunchy comedy about college football. Oh, do I love raunchy comedy? That's the best kind of comedy in some instances. Do I pick bio or is it just bio? It's got to be bio, right? I don't really have a hand to pick bio comfortably though. Like I want to play out my cards. This is actually a hard choice. I need to think hard about this one. Is it just turn the tides? I don't see how Blood DK can kill anyone. That's not the point of Blood DK. You outlast. They don't kill anything. They just never die. But I don't know why people are playing Blood DK in this OTK meta. I'm gonna go with my gut. Ignis Mograine? Yeah, you just denied them from killing you. I'm not a priest player myself, but if you want to cook a non-Renethal deck, Blood DK for the current meta, I'm all in. I maybe will make a Blood DK deck later. But as long as this Shaman deck is, like, actually tier 1 and it's not a joke, like, I want to be the guy that breaks this archetype. And I think we did it. I think we actually did it. This feels super freaking good. Win streak with Deer Hunter, the real meta breaker that we need. We need that deck immediately, dude. Okay, just waste the Primordial Wave because there's nothing else I can do outside of doing this. I kind of want to get rid of another card. Like, I want to be able to draw 3 off of this and play this, but in order for that to happen, I'm not going to have the hand space for that. I'm just not going to have the hand space for that. I have to admit it. Nice. Oh no, I gave him a 5/4 that he can actually play here this turn, right? Because he's always going to draw 3 cards. Sad expansion for a 1500 win Blood DK gamer. Yeah, I mean, just in DK in general, dude. Like, imagine the people that love Frost DK like myself. I love the Frost DK. But the deck is infinitely bad now. Like, you have to set up some kind of OTK, and there's just no way. There's no way to set up, like, a consistent OTK that's actually worth it. It's just really not worth it, dude. Oh, shit. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You're still slow. Still got nothing going on here. I got rid of all the threats. Totemic Evidence, now I've got it. You know?
Impressed by my thundering display? Hear the call of Shardon.
Alright, that felt good. That felt good. I don't need the Totemic Evidence in this matchup. I've already got Lightning Bolt. Oh my god, that's my only damage card. I kind of need a little bit more here. Okay, sure, go ahead. I'm not a fan of minion-oriented Frost DK. I like the burn list and the DK. Oh, dude, I agree. I was much more of a fan of the Glacial Advanced deck versus just play 1-drops and you'll always find the way. Cause yeah, I was not a fan of that. Also, why didn't you trade and just? Oh, okay, that's why. They always have enough damage. What am I talking about? They always got enough damage, dude. Forsaken me. I do have 2 of these for potential damage. I feel like we definitely go for it this turn.
My glory.
Based. The hell is this? I guess I don't know Hearthstone. I didn't even know this was a real card. They just made Frost DK a blue Unholy DK. Yeah, they kind of did. Like, there's really no point. Like, all of the Frost cards... There's a lot of Frost cards that just aren't worth it. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta actually check the radar real quick. There's actually a storm brewing outside, and it's supposed to be kind of bad. Hopefully I don't have to end the stream, but oh man, that's a big wave. That's actually like pink heading my way. How bad is this gonna get? Hold on a second, let me check the radar. How bad is this gonna be? It's gonna be really bad in like a half hour. Oh man. I might have to play a couple more games and then call it a day, just so that way my PC doesn't eat shit. I think Rastakhan is casting some voodoo for you for this deck. Good! Good! I love Rastakhan. I see no one else playing this portrait. I've literally rocked this portrait for as long as I've had it. After stream, if you want to cook with Hodir, let me know. I would love to cook with Hodir, but I feel like the only way to build up a combo like that is against your friends. Okay, so this has to be lethal, right? It's gotta be lethal. It's definitely lethal. I got 9 mana. It's gotta be lethal, man. I also got this, so yeah. Let's play these first, see what I find.
I am the rage of our queen!
This storm is in me.
This deck is so free. This deck is just so free at times, man. Woo! Oh, you want to know something funny? If I were to concede right now, then we would both. Then it would tie. If you concede in moments like that, where like the opponent has died, but you still have like an action to make, it results in a tie. If you guys didn't know that, some fun Hearthstone knowledge. If you just want to, if you feel bad for your opponent. Now with this Shaman deck, I am 27-17, and I've lost. I feel like I've thrown like half my losses. Like I'm not even kidding. I outlasted a 40-card armor warrior that played Odin on curve. How? How do they not kill you? How's the Mech Mage list? I think the list looks fine, but I'm not sure what Mech Mage is gonna beat. Like I talked about that earlier, but I don't know what Mech Mage
That will not
beats.
happen.
I had 7 weapons for armor. 7? 7? That's a lot of weapons. I was at 100 HP almost all the game. That's not fair. You're 30-card priest. You start at 30 HP. You don't have a Renethal in your deck. What's going on here? Also, this guy plays Spotlight. Freaking what? What? I don't think Mech Mage beats any other mech decks. I mean, it's not about it beating other mech decks. What does it beat is the big question. Is this guy playing Big Paladin?
Job's done.
Is this guy playing Big Paladin right now? Okay, no, he's not. Ooh, Flow Rider. I'm a rider. Flow Rider. It's gotta be Lightning Bolt, right? Yeah, because now with Totemic Evidence. Okay. So I got the Primordial Waves to play defensively and stop his buffs, and if he plays, like, the Horseman guy, I can stop it. But this is a really slow oh my god, Jitterbug. Do the Jitterbug.
Double time.
For the record, no, I didn't misorder. I want my totems to die. Nobody say order Lul. Nobody. Don't you dare do it. What's the mulligan for this deck different with against different classes? Okay, so like you keep Primordial Wave against like Paladin and like Mech Rogue. You keep Inza against slow decks. Other than that, I think those are like the only like conditional keeps. Other than that, it's just keep Chisel, keep the draw, keep the Totemic Evidence, keep the Flow Rider. Ooh, ooh. But if you dealt 3 or more damage to the enemy hero, draw a card. So it's not just with this card. So I should do this into this.
To die for.
I think I'm fine. I mean, I should have killed the minion. I should have killed it. Why did I leave it up? I should have killed it. I should have killed it. I might use a reflex here to try and find Flash of Lightning. But I totally should have killed that, right? Yeah, because of quality. The totem can attack! No! What is this Holy Paladin? What is even this deck, dude? This isn't lethal.
Speak to me.
Or is it? No, I don't have enough spells. I damn near just want to play Primordial Wave and Totem. So that way I have the Primordial Wave Bioluminescence combo. That'll be 4 mana.
Speak to
4 mana to have a really nice Lightning Bolt. I almost want to do this for a Flash of Lightning.
I will not be rushed.
So good. I'm so good. I'm just so good at this game. I'm just so good at this game. I don't even need to worry about anything else, right?
I will not forsake you.
Whoa, wait. This is the very first time I've seen this card played. This is
Your mind
absolutely
to the
fine.
light.
This is absolutely fine. It is insane to me that this card doesn't see more play.
My hand is full.
The storm is in me. battle is over. You win.
Woo! Not bad if I do say so myself.